Let's get it clear about S&C sessions. S&C is strength and conditioning. Now, people have a misconception that you need to do them all the time and it's one of your most important sessions, when really it's the supplement for your training. You take your diet, for example. You have salmon. You have salmon quite regular. You're getting a good source of omega-3s. Now, if you're doing that on a regular basis, you won't need that omega-3 supplement to get your DHAs and everything for your brain. It's the same with your training. If you're hitting the correct zones for your training within pad sessions or maybe up downs or sparring, sprints might not be needed, because at the end of the day, it's not how much weights you can lift or how fast you can run. It's who can beat the other person up, who can either knock them out or submit them or win on the judges. And within training, you shouldn't ever be doing S&C instead of sparring or wrestling. And I see that too many times. They think, oh, I've not done my S&C this week, I'll do it instead of wrestling. No. Wrestling is a much harder workout than S&C, and it is sport specific. Me personally, I will train out of camp potentially 3 times in the gym, at the S&C gym. In camp, I will do 2 times. And the reason for that is, in camp, it's more important to get all the specific activities to do with my fight. I need to get those rounds in sparring, I need to get those wrestling rounds, I need to do my technique work, I need to do all of that. Whereas out of camp, it doesn't matter as much. That's why I'll do more towards 3 sessions in S&C out of camp, because it doesn't matter too much. I'm going to put on some size there. I'm not going to be too interested in being at peak level performance. And this is just to get my point across, how you don't need to do S&C to be an amazing fighter. It is still very important, just like your supplements every single morning. Very important, but you don't need to do it every single day of the week. It is a supplement to supplement your training, not to take over your training. If you want a hard session where you're going to be aching the day after, you want to do lots of lifting, go and do wrestling. You're going to lift so many people up there, and that is like doing a deadlift. But what you can do in the S&C sessions is pick areas that you're quite weak in, and because of this, it's affecting your abilities within the training session. Let's take an example. I'm going to pick on myself here. I have a weak lower back. When I wrestle, I can tell my lower back is one of the first things that will give out. It's the first thing that I will find that gets achy. That means within my S&C sessions, I'm currently now doing this as I'm out of camp. I'm concentrating on building strength within my lower back and my endurance within that lower back region, because that's what always gave out for me during wrestling or hard rounds. That's the first thing that I'd be like, that's achy, and I'd put it down to a weaker lower back. Now, that is what I'm focusing on, because I'm supplementing what I didn't get in the MMA training room. And that's what I think people need to take in consideration when making their plans, especially if you make your own plans instead of just lifting weights to lift weights. You want to do it all for a purpose, and that purpose is to, depending on what fight you are, either knock them out or finish them with a submission. And if you're boring and you want to win on judges' scorecards, maybe you're just a little bit different. But for me personally, I want to finish them with good style and in amazing style. And I'm going to supplement my training to focus on that. But that's how we do things around here, because we're built different. And I'll see you in the next one. Bish, bash, bosh, pow!